All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to demystify the whole world of investing. We're breaking down the essentials using some timeless wisdom from a true legend, Peter Lynch. So if you've ever thought the stock market was just too complicated or only for the experts, well, this one's definitely for you. Okay, let's get into it. So let me just start with a question for you. You work hard for your money, right? I mean, of course you do. But is your money working just as hard for you? Is it just kind of sitting around, or is it actually out there growing and building your future? It's a really important thing to think about. Because here's the thing, getting your money to grow even when you're not on the clock, that is the absolute foundation of building wealth. It's all about turning your savings from this, dormant pile of cash into an active, wealth-generating machine. And you know what the best part is? This is not some exclusive club. The legendary Peter Lynch, he built his entire philosophy on the idea that the average person, you, me, we have all the tools we need to be a successful investor. He was a huge believer that financial success is for everyone. So first things first, why even bother with investing? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple, and it is incredibly powerful. It all comes down to using your single greatest asset, time. The real magic behind all of this is a little concept called compounding interest. The best way to think about it is like a snowball effect for your money. Your first investment earns returns, right? But then those returns start earning their own returns. Over time, this doesn't just add up, it multiplies, creating this incredible exponential growth. And here you can really see the difference in power. Money in a savings account, it moves at a snail's pace. A lot of the time, it can't even keep up with inflation. But smart stock investments, well, as the source material points out, they can take off like a rocket and historically have doubled in value every 7 to 8 years. That's a total game changer. Now, to navigate this journey, we're going to need a guide. And honestly, there are few people better than the man himself, Peter Lynch. His whole approach was about making complex ideas simple, and he empowered millions of everyday people to take control of their finances. So why should we listen to him? Well, this number, it kind of says it all. As the manager of the Fidelity Magellan Fund, Lynch pulled off an average annual return of 29.2%. He took that fund from $20 million to over $14 billion. That's just legendary performance. But his genius wasn't some secret, complicated formula nobody could understand. No, it was this simple, powerful idea. He told people to just look around at the products you buy, the services you use, and invest in the great companies you already get. Okay, so you're on board, you're convinced. But where do you actually put your money? Let's take a look at the landscape and check out 5 basic options for any beginner. This gives us a really great side-by-side look. You've got your low-risk, but also low-return options, like a savings account. On the total opposite end, you've got high-risk stuff like collectibles. And then, kind of right there in the sweet spot for long-term growth, you have stocks. Yeah, they carry more risk, but they also have the highest potential for reward. So here's the crucial point. When your goal is to really grow your wealth over the long haul, stocks have historically been the most powerful way to do it. And the reason's simple. When you buy a stock, you're not just buying a ticker symbol. You're buying a tiny piece of a real business. And as that business succeeds and grows, so does the value of your little piece. All right, so we've got the what and the why down. Now let's talk about the how. Because successful investing isn't just about picking hot stocks. It's about developing the right mindset. It's about learning to think like a patient, disciplined business owner. This is such a cool way to look at it. You have to understand that companies, well, they're kind of like people. They have life cycles. They're born from a spark of an idea, they go through this crazy growth phase, then they mature and get stable, and eventually they either decline or have to totally reinvent themselves. Knowing where a company is in the cycle is so critical for an investor. And this quote right here, it just perfectly captures the investor's mindset. This is not about getting rich quick. It's about patience. You find good companies, and then you stick with them through all the market's crazy ups and downs. That long-term discipline is what truly builds wealth. So how do you find those good companies? Peter Lynch would tell you to stop worrying about the daily wiggles of the stock price and just focus on the business itself. Ask simple questions like, does this company actually make money? Is it financially healthy? Does it have more coming in than going out? Is its debt manageable? And maybe most important, can you picture it still growing years from now? Those are the real questions that lead to great investments. Phew. Okay, we've covered a ton of ground, from the power of compounding interest to thinking like a pro.
So what's the big takeaway here? Where do you even go from here?
Let's just be crystal clear about this. The idea that investing is only for people who are already rich, that is one of the biggest myths out there. It's a tool for everyone to build a better financial future. And that's because investing isn't some secret talent you're born with. It's a skill. And just like any skill, it's something you can learn. It just takes a little bit of research, a healthy dose of patience, and the discipline to stick with your plan. Seriously, you can do this. I want to leave you with this fantastic quote from Peter Lynch. Now, he's talking about careers here, but the feeling behind it applies so perfectly to investing. Find good businesses that you're actually interested in understanding, do your homework, and in the long run, your portfolio will most likely take care of itself. So, let's bring it all right back to Lynch's main idea. Just look around you. Think about the coffee you drink, the phone you use, the stores you shop at. What great businesses do you already know like the back of your hand? Your first fantastic investment might just be hiding in plain sight.